Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and his family are recovering after a man climbs a fence and starts the governor's mansion on fire. The suspect in custody this morning. We have the latest on the investigation coming up. Flight with the first all-female space crew in more than 6 decades. The New Shepard rocket blasted off at 9:30 this morning from Blue Origin's launch site in West Texas. After a short time in space, the rocket landed back on Earth in less than 30 minutes after launching. This event marks the 11th human flight for the New Shepard program, which has launched yet another group of people over the internationally recognized boundary of space, more than 60 miles above the Earth. On the flight is Bezos' fiancee Lauren Sanchez, broadcast journalist Gayle King, singer Katy Perry, former rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, film producer Carrie Ann Flynn, and bioastronautics research scientist Amanda Wynn. The women say they are profoundly impacted by today's experience.
It was the most incredible experience of my life to be up there and see such vast darkness in space and look down on our planet. The moon was so beautiful, and that was I felt like that was a special gift just for me.
I think that it's not about me. It's not about singing my songs. It's about a collective energy in there. It's about us. It's about making space for future women and taking up space and belonging. And it's about this wonderful world that we see right out there and appreciating it. This is all for the benefit of Earth.
And again, today's event marks the 11th human flight for the New Shepard program, which has launched yet another group of people over the internationally recognized boundary of space. Again, that's more than 60 miles above the Earth. In the meantime, as the Gulf waters start to warm, the annual manatee migration is back to the northern Gulf, and it's underway right now. These cold-sensitive mammals seek warmer climates during winter and typically arrive in our area in early April. So keep an eye out for manatees along Gulf beaches and coastal waterways as they travel from their southern wintering grounds. Their ability, in fact, to thrive in both fresh and salt water allows them to inhabit rivers and bays where they graze on aquatic plants. In our region, manatees have been reported as far north as the Blackwater River in Milton, Florida. Now, the Panhandle Manatee Program asks boaters to just keep a lookout for manatees and everyone to report sightings to assist our local researchers. For many children and teens, and while these apps can allow them to stay connected with their friends, as we know, they can also cause harm if used too frequently. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on how to know if your child is ready for social media and what parents can do to keep them safe.
Social media has become a significant part of life for many. 77% of high schoolers reported frequent daily social media use in a 2023 national survey by the CDC. But experts say using these apps too much can be harmful to children and teens.
It can affect their mental health, but it can also affect their safety.
Tracy Hurley is with the Child Protection Team at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. She says most experts recommend waiting until a child is in 8th grade before allowing social media. But since everyone develops differently, she says to answer the following questions.
Are they mature enough? Are they responsible with their belongings? Can they take care of the other belongings that they have in the home? And can they follow the other types of rules that you already have set in place at home or at school?
Hurley says if the answer is no to any of these, you may want to wait. She says it's also important for the parent to be ready for a child to have social media. Once your child has these apps, she says parents play a big role in safety. Monitor your child's interactions online. There are apps that can help you do that. Keep communication open about their online experiences, set clear rules and limits for social media use, and finally, be prepared for difficult conversations around things they've seen or done online.
There's wonderful resources out there that can have questions that you might not think of to ask kids specifically about their internet usage and what they do online.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And the CDC says it's also important for parents to educate themselves about new devices and websites their child is using. That can make it much easier for them to understand what they're doing online. In the meantime, Meta's federal antitrust trial kicks off today in Washington, D.C. The FTC is accusing Meta of illegally building a social networking monopoly through its acquisitions of Instagram and WhatsApp. The FTC initially filed the lawsuit in December of 2020, but it was thrown out 6 months later. However, the agency was allowed to amend and refile its case months after it was dismissed. There will not be a jury, though, which means the judge will be issuing the final ruling. If he rules against Meta, the company could be forced to sell Instagram and WhatsApp. In a statement, a Meta spokesperson said regulators should be supporting innovation rather than trying to break up a company. Well, Starbucks reveals stricter dress codes for its baristas. That story and more in your business headlines. Plus, today is National Gardening Day, and our Vanessa Pacheco tests out her green thumb and planted some cayenne pepper. Very Vanessa is coming up when we come back here on Fox 10 Midday. Well, speaking of a beautiful day, today is National Gardening Day. It's a great day to get outside and start planting. My friend Vanessa Pacheco is celebrating the day with Mobile urban growers in today's edition of Very Vanessa. Check it out. All right, great job, Vanessa. And once those peppers grow, I'd love to try one of them. Well, coming up, a rare blue diamond is set to be auctioned off for record money. Plus, a nonprofit animal sanctuary in Florida is offering a pretty cool opportunity. Those details and much more when we come back. Florida offers animal lovers an opportunity to cuddle up to this year's It animal, which happens to be the capybara.
Yeah, they're certainly cute. The Capybara Cafe in St. Augustine is the new go-to place for humans who are looking to give some cuddles and head scratches to the capybaras.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, the animal sanctuary does struggle to get donations though, so they actually came up with a half-hour encounter for people who want to learn more about the capybara.
Yeah, you get about a half-hour cuddle time there. It's about $49 for a full hour, about $99. You also get to visit with other creatures like skunks, wallabies, and I saw somebody holding an armadillo there as well. They can come to my backyard. There's always armadillos there.
I think I would snuggle with a capybara over an armadillo.
Yeah, I mean, armadillos are they're kind of like, they have claws on
I was about to say, that's not super comfortable.
No.
Well, in the meantime, record high egg prices have people scrambling just for an alternative to dye those eggs.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What we're looking at here is this Jet Puff marshmallows. They released a color dyeing kit just in time for the holiday coming up.
Interesting. Yeah, the first of its kind Dip and Decorate dozen kit is being sold for just $2.
Joe was disappointed with this. He said he wanted to eat the eggs, but
I would do that as well.
Yeah, but you got to keep them cold though.
That's true.
They've been out in the yard and they're
That's
warm,
true.
and I don't know anyway. So you can't get the kids really to eat the hard-boiled eggs anyway.
This is a good idea.
Yeah, my kids will eat the heck out of those things.
Anything with sugar.
Yeah, anything with sugar. Marshmallows, I love them. It comes with a 24-ounce bag of extra large marshmallows, 6 colors, miniature tongs for dipping and decorating, and pins for the design. So it'd be interesting to see. I think Chelsea was saying that they wanted to give this a shot this week.
Yeah, those are interesting. And these kits are being sold if you want to buy them exclusively on Walmart's website. Well, in the meantime, a rare blue diamond is up for auction. I think we talked about this last week, and its expected sale is expected to set a record.
Yeah, we're talking here about the big blue diamond, the Galaconda, I guess that's how it's pronounced. Blue diamond will be up for sale, part of a magnificent jewels auction on May 14th at Christie's in Geneva, Switzerland. Look at that thing.
Wow, this diamond weighs over 23 carats, once belonged to the Mahara of Indore, which is an Indian ruler.
Yeah, I mean, that is huge.
Massive.
Yeah, would you feel safe going out in public with that on?
I would be terrified.
Exactly.
That would be in a safe somewhere, locked away.
Yeah, the diamond originates from Galaconda mines in south central India, where some of the most famous diamonds in the world have been found.
Yeah, and that includes the Hope Diamond and Koh-i-Noor.
Yeah, like you said, I wouldn't know for somebody to go out actually wearing that. Wow. This particular diamond has some special qualities about it.
I think it's going to set a brand new record for a blue diamond or any colored diamond at auction because it's irreplaceable. You know, there are blue diamonds in the market and they're all rare, but to have a blue diamond with this noble provenance, with a Golconda origin, it's not going to happen again.
And the blue diamond is expected to sell for $35 to $50 million. Now, I certainly don't have that type of money, but one thing I can tell you for sure is that we have a $1 million forecast today and coming up the rest of the week. Matt Barentine has a look at the week ahead. Matt, what can you tell us?
Yeah.
Business and the bizarre boom was all caught on camera, but the owner is still trying to figure out what it was. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
A big bizarre boom leaves a big hole and even bigger questions for employees at a New Jersey auto shop. According to WPVI, owner Sebastian Leonardo says he arrived at his shop in Magnolia to find a large gaping hole in the roof and debris scattered everywhere, but seemingly no clear culprit for the surreal scene.
But that's when I went to my cameras and I found all the videos.
Surveillance from in and outside the shop captured the sights and sounds of what seems like a clear collision from above.
You eventually see like a giant fireball come through the ceiling and then everything come flying down the roof with it.
Along with the ripped roof, Leonardo says there were signs of a big impact inside.
A sizable dent in a thick steel gauge box.
But what was it? A Maverick meteor? A downed drone? Employees were left to clean up the mess and search for answers, as well as the as yet unidentified flying object, interstellar or otherwise, that blasted the business. From a mysterious object making a big bang to a mouse-serious protester making a big stink over garbage. Fed up with piled-up trash and a resulting rodent infestation stemming from an ongoing UK sanitation strike, a resident donned a giant rat costume to complain at a Birmingham City Council meeting. According to local reports, they took their ratical approach a step further, speaking in character as the rodent and thanking the officials for not solving the issue and providing plenty of fetid food for his fellow furry friends. Hey, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and there's nothing squeakier than a big old smelly rat. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Well, here is your 3 to know before you go today. The torches of Milano Cortina 2026 were unveiled in 2 simultaneous events held at a Milan theater and Expo 2025 in Osaka, Japan. The torch will be lit November 26th at Greece's ancient Olympia, the birthplace of the Olympics, and is scheduled to arrive in Rome in early December. It will then relay across Italy before reaching Milan for the lighting of the cauldron at the opening ceremony. Plus, a Minecraft movie continues to dominate the box office and achieves a major feat in just 2 weeks. Studio estimates show the video game adaptation followed up a successful opening weekend by racking in $80.6 million in ticket sales for its second weekend. After 2 weeks, the movie has become the highest grossing film of the year. The King of Kings placed second with $19.1 million, while The Amateur earned third with $15 million. Well, finally, Rory McIlroy capturing his elusive career Grand Slam title after winning the 89th annual Masters tournament. McIlroy defeating Justin Rose in a sudden death playoff to snag that green jacket. The win marks McIlroy's 5th major win and first in over a decade. He becomes only the 6th player in golf history to win the career Grand Slam, joining Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, Ben Hogan, and Gene Sarazen. Now, Matt, did you watch the Masters?
Yeah,
yesterday?
I watched a lot of it. Yeah, so a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I will say that's the only time that I watch golf. I'm a bandwagon jumper, but I always watch the Masters. It was pretty intense. It was a good day.
Yeah. So Rose course is so pretty up there. All right, so let's go ahead. We've got pretty weather of our own. Been great for playing golf lately, I'll tell you that. Temperatures in the upper 70s, near 80 degrees this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine and looking absolutely fantastic really through the rest of the day and through the rest of the week. We've got great weather right through Easter Sunday. Now, the following week after that, I think we'll finally see some rain return. So it's going to be about a 2-week stretch of no rain. So we were talking about gardening earlier with Vanessa. Make sure you keep things watered out there. Otherwise, things will begin wilting. We don't want that, especially after all that hard work you put into it.
Absolutely. So soak in every second. Spend as much time as you can outside, like you've been saying, Matt. Thanks for joining us here on Fox 10 Midday. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.